That's good. That's good. How's it going, stud? True, but he does. Yeah, I mean, it's more. It's not just Mike. It's like the whole offense is like foldy or like, suspect to fold anyway. Hey, a notification too. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? Hopefully you're having a good Friday evening. We have quite a bit we can talk about. In terms of just random news. What's up, Ape? What's up, Seth? How you guys doing? What's up, Jags? How's it going? Hopefully everyone's having a good Friday evening, staying warm. It's 42 degrees, so I'm sure everyone's staying a lot warmer now that it's not so cold. I'm going to laugh if the Dolphins somehow beat the Pats. Well, it wouldn't be that funny. Patriots are without like 3 of their starting corners, so, I mean, theoretically, the Dolphins should be able to roast our asses even with like a backup quarterback. I mean, if you've got Waddle and Tyreek for fantasy, I mean, the only corners the Patriots might have is Jonathan Jones, really good, but they're without Jack and Marcus Jones, and that's kind of a problem. We're going to be depending on fucking Miles Bryant and Jalen Mills. Eesh. Hopefully that's enough. We'll see. Pool is on fire. What sport? Sorry, I'm not sure. I'm like, wait, which pool? I know of 2 at least. Jalen Mills sounds like Davis Mills. Yeah, they're pretty related. No, I'm just kidding. They're cousins. Jordan Poole, isn't that the guy? I think they're both named Jordan Poole, which is hilarious, right? Isn't the Bills player named also Jordan Poole? Andrew Tate appeared in court today and then didn't answer any questions. Now him and his brother are being detained for 30 days until they're oof. That's pretty rough. All I have to say to that is free thug, right? He didn't do shit. Everyone's lying on him. Yeah, I've moved on from Tate. I'm more worried about Young Thug getting wrongfully incriminated or imprisoned. Ugh. The lies. Andrew Tate got arrested? Yeah. I mean, yeah, he might be in big trouble. Hope Jets lose this week and win the next. Oh, beat the Dolphins? Yeah, that would be great if they beat the Dolphins too. Just double end the Dolphins season. Just a coup de grace. Patriots and fucking Jets just tag team the Dolphins out of the playoffs. That'd be pretty good. I don't even mind if we lose to the Dolphins and then they lose to the Jets and miss the playoffs. That'd be even funnier. But who knows? No team really has the injury excuse for the Patriots and the Dolphins this weekend, that's for sure, because Tua is out with, concussion number 2, maybe 3 this year. That's pretty troubling. For example, Luke Kuechly? He had 3 concussions in his career, and he retired because of concussions. So, Dolphins clinch with a win. With a win, and a few other things have to happen, not with just a win. He's in for money laundering and human sex trafficking, by the way. Really? Well, I've heard like 3 to 4 different things. I've seen like actual charges from like the DIIO, but I mean, I guess if the court case all happened today. But I've just seen a bunch of like people pressing charges for like some wild shit against this guy. Dolphins start off great and just crumpled. Injuries and, well, it's not even been injuries. I don't know what happened the last 4 games with Tua at quarterback. Like, it's like, oof, what happened to the Dolphins lately? We beat the Dolphins and the Jets, lose, and we beat Miami and we lose, or we win against the Bills and we're in. Yeah, we have to beat Miami and then we somehow have to upset the Bills, which is so unlikely. But Maybe Mac Jones balls out. Yeah, Lamar Jackson's will probably be out for this fourth game. We'll eventually focus in on one topic. It's kind of jumpy around for the first few minutes, but you know. Nah, keep them in. Keep them in. By the way, kind of beta behavior by the top G to run from a warrant. That's kind of lame. Wouldn't you just go turn yourself in if you didn't do anything wrong? I don't know. Nah, he didn't do anything. Prove it. Everyone's snitching, though. No, if the Jets lose this week and win the last week, we can lose to the Bills and oh yeah, we would need quite a bit of a the Patriots would need quite a bit of like a bunch of backwards working to get in, but they can get in without a win against the Bills. Yeah. Yeah. You need Bengals to lose. Yeah, I'd like to see the Bengals lose too. You saw him do it. You didn't see anything then. What you doing, Jags? You out here snitching, bro? Jags would have been taking the stand in favor of Megan Thee Stallion, being like, I saw him do it. He was all short, barely could reach her feet. Little ass Tory Lanez. That guy's gonna die. I don't know what he's gonna do in jail. I feel bad for Tory Lanez. Like, damn, he's too little. What are they gonna do? Send him to juvie? Is he big enough for big people jail? If Tennessee Vols win tonight and the Pats win this week, it'll be, hey, there we go. Oh, is that college football on tonight? No, Tory probably shot that Megan in the foot. If Giants somehow lose this goddamn game, I will shave my ass dry and against the grain. Oh, don't do that. What's up, Jason? How's it going, buddy? What game are you going to? What game you get to go to, Jason? He's getting clapped? Yeah. Tennessee's up 21-6. Not really surprising. But yeah, that one guy, I wouldn't really worry about your team this weekend. You guys are playing the Colts. They might not do anything against your your defense. They still got first round picks, the Colts do, so they probably want to start tanking at some point, you know. Or do they not? Did they trade somebody for some like irreverent corner that got hurt immediately, and now they're just like, oh, our whole season fell apart because of this? I doubt it though. I don't remember them trading their picks. Hope the Panthers and the Lions. Yeah, Panthers. Oh, did you guys hear about one of the crazier Chargers and Rams both facing off in SoFi Stadium? Oh, that's pretty cool, Jason. Hell yeah. Which team are you rooting for? The Chargers, if I'm not mistaken, right? You hope the Browns win? Yeah, me too. Did you guys hear about Blaine Gabbert today? Or yesterday or recently, what he did? You can kind of see it in the upper right corner here, kind of like upper middle of the screen. And it says, Buccaneers quarterback Blaine Gabbert helped rescue family following emergency helicopter water landing. Yeah, so basically, Blaine Gabbert was out on a jet ski having a good old time this afternoon or early this morning or late last night or yesterday. I don't know the exact day. It was pretty recent. He's out there having a good time, just doing Blaine Gabbert things. I don't know what that entails. Riding jet skis, fishing probably. Who cares? And then apparently a helicopter like crashes in the water next to him and he helps rescue the people. He was like the first person there. It was pretty sweet. Real good PR for the NFL. They've been running this story on every NFL account and they're going, well, look, something good from our league. You notice that, did you guys ever hear about Chris Henderson from the Panthers? Brady was too busy saving a burning down, what's the most shocking thing? Cat orphanage full of baby kittens without parents. He saved an old lady who hand feeds all the baby kittens little weird bags of milk. Rams managed to be away in their own stadium. Yeah, I don't know who's the home team in the Rams versus Chargers. That's it's technically the Rams' house, right? Like, it's Rams Stadium more so than it is the Chargers, but too drunk. Nah. Brady was probably hanging out with his family, you know. I don't know. It was like Christmas and shit. I don't know why Blaine wasn't with his family. See what else we got going on in the old news. Nothing too big. I have a bunch of other things in my head. We don't need to scroll news right now. So I think one of the things we should start off with talking about tonight, I think it's one of the more pressing things. I think it's rather important. Hustlers University. I don't know. I hope I get my refund for this semester. I'm pissed. Yeah, I mean, Gronk said he was thinking about unretiring. So, I mean, we'll see that. I don't know if the Patriots are going to want to bring back a 46-year-old quarterback, though. It'd kind of be like a bad move, I would say. Just like MetLife is more Giants. Yeah, exactly, that one guy. Chargers and the Rams play in the same stadium. Yep, we already know that. Chargers are the visiting team, and it's a home game for the Chargers, and they'll probably have more fans there because, I don't really know anyone who's outwardly rooting for the Rams at this point. Chargers are the real home team because we're in San Diego and they were up in St. Louis. Yeah, you guys are actually California and they're not. Well, I don't know. They were the Los Angeles Rams at one point before, and then they went to St. Louis. So, however you want to technical that one. The old stadium was called Giant Stadium, and I guarantee MetLife was the Jets. I think the Jets are actually getting their own stadium sooner. They're like throwing around plans to build a stadium somewhere in New York. The Jets are, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, real quickly, Tua Tagovailoa, is he going to retire soon? Joey Bosa is back alongside Khalil Mack. There you go. That should be overpowered as long as everything goes right. Should be one of the more dominant pass rushes in football. Ain't it crazy that Chiefs vs. Rams was considered an in-state rivalry? Yep, pretty crazy. Rams don't like my playoff teams. What? Wait, what? Anyway, with Tua and all these concussions. Like I kind of said earlier a little bit that you know why Luke Kuechly retired, right? Because of the 3 concussions he sustained during his career. A lot of guys retired early because of concussions. Let's look at Javid Best. We can look at Luke Kuechly, all bigger, stronger athletes than what Tua is. And one of the problems with Tua is if you go watch the way he takes a hit, he goes, boom. His head snaps backward really, really, really fast and really, really hard. Instead of go watch Brady or somebody take it. Look at the way they tuck their head in. I think there's like a fundamental problem with the way Tua's taking hits, and I think it's going to shorten his career because it's like how many more can he get before like an actual doctor steps in? Happy New Year's, Jacob. Tua will be a commander where he will go. Hopefully not. What's up, Can? The Chargers. Chargers, I don't think the upsets happen. Does Arizona even have a chance? No, Arizona's going to lose. Well, I don't know. They're playing the Falcons. Yeah, they can win. Almost beat the Bucks. Rams don't like the Chargers because they both are on the same stadium. Yeah, exactly. They shouldn't like each other. College championship. Yeah, a bunch of playoff games. Should be interesting. No, I have the Cardinals winning. I don't know. No, Can, I don't know. I have the Cardinals. I said that I have the Cardinals winning. I think the Cardinals still will beat them. They almost upset the Buccaneers. I don't know what you heard from me. But no, I have the Cardinals winning very comfortably in that game. Falcons suck. They can't run the ball anymore. They stopped being able to oh, for sure, Jacob. Yeah, I mean, the Falcons can't do anything, dude. Look at all their games lately. They just score like 8 points and they can't run the football. It's really sad shit to watch. Because again, they were doing all right this year. Yeah, a lot of people are on Atlanta because they're not paying attention very well. I would imagine JJ Watt's going to show the fuck out these 2 games left in his career. Yeah, good luck. They're going to be a fucking menace on defense. Tua said that his coach told him you can bleed out of your ear on retiring. Yeah, I don't think that's real. Why would he say that? Huh? What does that mean, Matthew? Why would he say that? So he's told Tua he's not allowed to retire, or what? What would Mike McDaniel do if Tua retired? Beat him up? Like what? Sorry, but like what? That's probably the least threatening thing I would have ever heard from somebody like Mike McDaniel. Oh, what are you gonna do if I do retire from the concussions? Fucking fight me or something, nerd. Ugh. Can you imagine if someone like Mike McDaniel tried acting like Dan Campbell? You know how weird that shit would look like? Yeah, that's not real then. Okay, just a TikTok thing. All right. Yeah, no, if Tua retires, it's personally on him, but it's like, dude, how many more really bad concussions? I mean, it's like the thing I'm more wondering about is like how many concussions can you get in a side of a year span and still be cleared medically to play football? What is it, 3, 4 concussions? One of them causing actual blackout? One of them causing fencing posturing? Like you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say like he should retire or anything like that. Like that's that's his decision. I guess if he wants to fuck his brain up some more, like, well, I guess that's on him. It's more like at one point does like the medical community go like, hey man, you can't have 3 concussions in a 12-month period. You need to like stop doing things for several months before we clear you to move again, really. When does that happen? Does anybody actually know the answer to that kind of a question? Jets will cover 3 or probably just starters. Jets, why would Jacksonville? I don't know what they're going to do. The game's entirely useless. Doug Peterson said he plans on playing his starters, so because I mean they're really young, so it's probably better if they don't sit them. Old Peterson said you play to win every game, so I think they play the full game. I mean, if they were a little bit older of a team, maybe they sit some of the guys, but nah, no reason to rest. If you're the Jags, you really can't afford to get rusty, like even a little bit. I didn't mean to say Jets. I missaid that. Raider. Yeah, we'll get to the Derek Carr situation. Yeah, the Derek Carr situation is quite interesting. We can move on from the Tua situation if we want. But again, it's something to think about anyway. Is that Tua's career could be in some weird situations here, depending on how the concussions keep going. Yeah, hopefully Brady pulls some magic. I don't like the Panthers, so. There was a rumor that trade Carr for Mac and Hopkins comes to the Pats. No, I don't know. I think we'll keep Mac. One of the worst takes ever is that Mac Jones is the reason the Patriots are struggling this year. It's like, okay, you just fucking never watched a game. You know, I actually start discarding people's opinions if they go, well, it's Mac Jones. Okay, I'm done listening. Someone has no idea how football works. And if you've been listening to any football shows lately, or like Michael Lombardi break down why the Patriots offense doesn't work, it sounds like what things I'm saying. Like I've been saying, they don't call offense, they call a series of random plays put together. So that's partially why the offense is dog shit. Yeah, we could talk about the Carr situation really quick, though. That's a little bit more interesting than me backing up Mac Jones. Anyway. Yeah, I would say so, yeah. Yeah, that's the right thing to say. That's the right thing to say. I want to say something else why we lost to the Bengals, but hey, you know, it is what it is. It's because Mac is a black guy, at least in spirit. I don't know. Yeah, but Derek Carr, he was benched. They're done. The Derek Carr era is probably over in the Las Vegas Raiders time. You know, Derek Carr has like the most losses like almost ever for a quarterback for a 9-year run, which is really bad. But it's also like more of an indictment on the Raiders, just never really given this guy like any actual talent except this year to work with. 49ers will kill him this weekend, KN. But like, boy, oh boy, where does Derek Carr go? What's going to happen with that? That one guy says Jets are Commanders. Dolphins are scared from what I see, probably because of all the shit they talked. Not here on, but like on Twitter and shit. Oh, Dolphins fans and their players. Yeah, I mean they're going up against the Patriots with like nothing in their back pocket to work with. They better hope the Patriots secondary dog shit tomorrow or on Sunday. If not, they're gonna get fucking beat on. Because they really can't run the ball, and if they can't throw it, it's fucking game over. Plus, their line is dog shit, and Teddy Bridgewater ain't much. They'll take the first half of that game, is my guess, but in the second, anyway. Derek Carr, yeah, where's he going? Dolphins, the Patriots, I guess. Like somebody said, the Patriots might. Wow, Cam better play it right. Wait, Cam who? Josh McDaniels, yeah. Yeah, it's weird that they decided to sit decided to sit Derek Carr rather than fire McDaniels. But you want to know a little interesting story about Derek Carr and the Patriots? You don't think Chicago will upset Detroit, do you? No, I don't think so. I don't know. Detroit sucks against the run, and Chicago can run the football, so it's certainly possible, right? Cam's like retired basically. He's a free agent, just chilling. We have Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi, who everyone here is probably like, Bailey Zappi's better than Mac. Clearly better. Why don't you guys play Bailey? You might make the playoffs. You know how bad it would be, though, if Bailey Zappi stepped in to, like, play Buffalo for some reason, and this dude upset the Bills? I'd be like, well, that's the end of Mac Jones in New England. There's zero chance we can come back and put this dude back at quarterback. Hopefully, KN, hopefully the Lions can do it. Hopefully it was a situation where a very super confident young Lions team got caught, you know, looking past their opponent thinking this is going to be an ass beating. I think that happens a lot with some of these teams like the Lions. Lions kind of needed a humbling loss. Yeah, I hope so too, Jason. Yeah, I was going to say Chargers fans probably have no use for Tua because of the Tua-Justin Herbert rivalry. But yeah, Derek Carr. Anyway, really quickly back to the Derek Carr Patriots. Apparently the Patriots really like Derek Carr. Or liked Derek Carr upon drafting, and they've always kind of really liked the way he plays football. So, I mean, somebody said Derek Carr and Mac Jones swap. Is that possible? Maybe. But I have a feeling to get that done, what happens with Devante Adams? Does Devante Adams then demand a trade off of the Raiders to go play with Derek Carr? Well, Baltimore doesn't have Lamar Jackson, and their offense can barely move the ball without him. Apparently, nobody thinks Lamar Jackson's a good quarterback, but everybody's like, well, the Baltimore Ravens suck without him. So it's like, well, I mean, they were like a clear runaway playoff team until Lamar got hurt. Now everyone's like, well, you're not very. Yeah, I don't know about all. You might want to be a little careful with betting on that one, but it's in Pittsburgh. I believe. I can look really fast. It doesn't. I'm not really talking about the individual games. That's why I'm not really going too. Oh, it's in Baltimore. That's why I'm not going too hard into everything. Just a little too early for me. I still don't think every single team has come out with their who's in, who's out, and like nothing's official yet anyway. Yeah, I went and looked. Yeah, that's why I wait to do it all like the game picks until like Saturday. Not very fun. Yeah, the Saints season ends effectively Sunday. I think we can let's see. Yeah, pretty much the playoffs are all decided. In the AFC especially, there's only one spot open. 8-8, 8-9, Patriots go 8-9, Jets go 8-9. Hell yeah, that's actually a positive. If all these teams go 8-9, the Patriots would still somehow make the playoffs. Isn't that wild? What's up, Scotty? How you doing, boss? Patriots are gonna draft M. Ouch, I hope they win if they draft him. Huh? I don't know if KN. I'm pretty sure the Broncos are going to lose. I'm the worst person to ask about betting stuff, dude. I don't really focus on like lines and stuff like that. I just went down to 5. That's pretty good. It's fun to think about all this right here. At least just something to have in the background. What? No, I don't know. We've never done spread stuff here. I don't know really where you're getting that from. Ken, you've been around this channel long enough to know we've never really. How did you? I don't know what you've been hearing. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm probably the worst person to just ask for like hard on their straight up spread advice. It's like I don't even know what the team's points per games are. Or... Yeah, well, I'll say what the lines are just like when we go over the games, just for more or less a understanding of who's favored. And when it's like a blowout, it's kind of fun to think like, do they cover this huge line? And often we get that wrong. So what's weird is I do pick well against the spread in my picks. If you go through my pick 'em, not all the time. It's always like about 500 or just under or just over. Someone tracks it. This guy in Nuclear School, he's fucking crazy. Derek Carr goes, he has to bring Devante Adams because Devante, yeah. That's the only plus side of Derek Carr is if you get Derek Carr, there's a very good shot that your team winds up with Devante Adams. Yeah, I put the spreads in, but they're not considered in my picks, if that makes sense. Bengals made Bills in the playoffs by beating the Ravens. Yeah, now the Bengals can beat the Bills and take away their 1 seed. Time's a flat circle, right? Nothing is real. I don't know. Like I said, there's quite a bit we could still talk about, by the way. We're still not out of stories. There's a million different things that happen from here to like Sunday. Nathaniel Hackett got fired. People are retiring. People are coming back from injuries left and right. People are injured. Seasons are over for some players. The Jaguars are trading Trevor Lawrence to the Patriots for a 6th-round pick. Holy shit. They said they fear. They said the lights are too bright. the owner of the Jaguars, Khan. Sorry, Jags. I'm sorry. The source is Ian Rappaport. Yeah, Shad Khan was like, the lights are too bright. We don't want to do this. We can't handle this. They say Christian Kirk and what's up, Quan? Oh boy, this is gonna get fun. Source Fernando. What? Fernando's a good source of news. What do you got against Fernando? What's wrong with Fernando's news? What is he? Is he too young? What? Is it a problem to get all your news from a 13-year-old? You tell me. Probably. What's up, Daniel? How's it going? Do you think the Jaguars should rest their players this week? Because that's a really good question. We can actually talk about that. Should the Jaguars or rest their players? Peterson says he's not starting or resting his players, right? They're not really doing that because they believe that every game you should win. You should play to win every game. They should put things forward and try. Do you think 11 teams have anything to play for? Pride or draft picks? They should probably just lose. Like, if you're already out, just lose. Unless you want to, like, really interrupt someone's season. What's up, Janelle? How's it going? Unless you want to play spoiler, you have something to play for. But yeah, they probably shouldn't rest their players. I actually think that might be a bad idea for a team that's very streaky and can be inconsistent. I think if you rest your players for a week, it allows a little bit of weirdness to get in there or possible wrench. It gets like this, right? I think like things are going like this for the Jaguars right now, but like with a week off, it could go like this, and as it starts to sink, you could get something like this happening, and then you got to go play your biggest game of, I don't know, 5-6 years since 2017, against a team where things are a little less secure, a little less good, a little less easy, a little less smooth. So you'd rather have this if you're the Jaguars, not this. What's easier to walk across? Keep everything the same, keep everything consistent, keep everything in line, keep everything rolling, rather than restart it all up. You know what I mean? Like, why bother with that? They have nothing to rest their players for. Yeah, I think a lot of teams are going to look to spoil. I think the Bears are going to try to play spoiler this weekend. Texans might. I don't know. There's nothing they can spoil. They're just going to lose for draft stuff. Because I think if they accidentally win and get to 3 wins, I think Chicago can take their draft spot. So, I don't expect the Texans to try whatsoever in that game. They're going to just lose. The Texans are going to be like, we won our game. We can't afford to win another one. Yeah, the Titans are a product of injuries. Well, think about it. What is Chicago? Chicago also, it's like if they lose, I think Arizona can leapfrog them into the 2 spot. So you have to look at kind of those early draft teams where it's like, well, is Arizona going to try? Maybe, I don't know. Complicated. Is the NCAA finally bringing up? Oh, it wasn't college. Just tiebreaker. They just go by whoever finished lower in the standings. Doesn't matter. Like 3 teams could be 2-15. There's going to be someone in first, second, and third in terms of who finished the worst. The fight for the 7th seed in both conferences is absolutely batshit insane right now. Do you know if the Dolphins lose, every team is in play for 8 and 9? That's what's crazy. Like, say the Dolphins split their last 2, right, and go, oh, never mind, 9 and 8 probably puts Dolphins in. But say the Dolphins lose their last 2, holy shit, everybody at 8 and 9 is in play. That could keep the Patriots alive, that could keep the Jets alive, that could keep the Steelers alive. But I think it would give the Patriots the 7 seed at 8-9. And I will talk some crazy shit if we make the playoffs with a sub 500 record. I'll be like, what's good? We're one of the best teams of football. Now my team's making the playoffs with a bad record and a great AFC. Hey, there's nothing wrong if your team makes the playoffs with a sub 500 record. I've always been a big proponent of sub 500 teams and underdogs. You guys know my motto. It's really cool when and fun and exciting when shitty teams win. Trevor Lawrence will make his team 0-20. He keeps losing games just like they lost to the Ravens. Yeah, Jason, Trevor Lawrence has been pretty good this year. Second half of the season, he's probably been the best quarterback in football. 500 teams, but yeah. You thinking Vikings? Nah, Vikings hate the Packers. If the Vikings are going to try to win this game, also because I think they want the 1 seed. They need a lot of help, but if Philadelphia loses out, I think Minnesota can still contend for the 1 seed. Or at least be seated higher and get the worst of the playoff teams. Yeah, these refs are going to be goddamn terrible in Green Bay. How long will Jalen Hurts be hurt? He's probably good to go next week. He's been practicing apparently this week, and he's almost ready to go. Oh my god, my nose itches. I'm flipping you all off with my ring finger. Frick you guys. Mother frickers. Yeah, you guys lost to the Ravens, losers. Oh wait, you guys won that game, didn't you? Hey Jags, how'd you guys lose to Detroit? No offense, Jason. All of our teams have a lot of funny history to them, except me. I'm a Patriots fan. My team is glorious. Watch the Steelers just make the playoffs, win with magic. The Steelers would need everybody to lose out, basically. They're probably right in line with Jacksonville. Which team you think can afford a loss this weekend and still get in? Bucks, the Packers or the Giants. Giants can lose. I think the Dolphins can afford to lose as long as they go 9-8. There's a few teams that can afford a loss as long as they win in the following week. Yeah, you'd have to have two 17-0 teams to have a 21-0 team. Yep, it's not very complicated. You just need two undefeated regular season teams in the same conference that just somehow didn't play one another. And whoever had the harder schedule, they get the fucking they get the one. What's up, Nathan? Yeah, you guys won't be making the playoffs because it's like if the Patriots win and Miami loses, you guys actually might be eliminated from that. Because like if you guys go 8-9 and we go 8-9, we're making it over you. You know what? Like you know what I mean? Steelers, Nathan or Nation, can you guys be eliminated this weekend? Go Miami. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if the Patriots lose, we can eliminate like 3/4 of these goddamn teams. I'm pretty sure if we win, the Jets, Steelers, and possibly the 11th seed are out. Yeah, Miami losing just eliminates a lot of people. Because I'm pretty sure, like, if the Jets win and go, maybe not the Jets, because if they win and go 8-8, and they go 9-8, they would probably, yeah, okay. So if they lose, you got to win. You have to win this weekend, basically. Oh yeah, we also beat the Steelers this year, so dominated them. Steelers actually quit mid-game, if you remember that game. Tomlin shit his pants and ran off the field crying. It was hilarious. Big media censored it, though. Yeah, it's the Seahawks and Jets this weekend. Jets at Seahawks. I got the Jets winning, unfortunately. I think Geno Smith has turned back into Geno Smith. And, yeah, that was that. Jets, Pats, and Dolphins go 8-9. Patriots make the playoffs. I think we hold some weird tiebreaker over Miami. Because I think they split with the Jets. We're ahead of them. If Miami loses to the Jets, yeah, I think we would wind up being ahead of them. Slightly better division record. Right? Especially if the Patriots beat them next weekend. So you're picking Seattle? Well, I really hope Seattle wins, but I have no faith in them. No way. But yeah, there's probably a 0% shot the Eagles lose that game. We could play a game. Oh, we can beat the Bills. Bills are incredibly mid. Wait, Jax, hold on. You have a good quarterback now. You see what good quarterback play is. Do you really think Mid Allen is a good quarterback? Now that you're in the club of guys who've seen good quarterback play consistently. Really? When you watch that dude play, it's like, wow, look at this glorified running back. I don't know. Maybe I'll convince people one at a time once their teams get real quarterbacks, but I'd take Trevor Lawrence all day over Josh Allen. Personally, I don't know. Took like half a season. This guy's the best quarterback in football. Better than Josh Allen at throwing it. Can read defenses better already. I don't know. I've also watched the Patriots chainsaw the Jets when they had that pick with J.C. Jackson. Yeah, the Patriots last year were scoring 50 points a game on people. It was hilarious. This year we can't really score. Next year we should be back to normal. People really forget that the Patriots dropped 50 points twice last year and had a top 10 offense. I'm pretty sure once we get rid of Matt Patricia, everything will be back to normal. Don't worry. Bro straight up called a 12-3 team, 12-3. Well, I mean, win a Super Bowl and we can talk. My greatest dream is still Tom Brady beating you guys in the Super Bowl. Remember either last year or 2020, the Pats put up like 40. Yeah, that was the Cam Newton year when we beat the dog shit out of the Chargers. That was hilarious. No, dude, for some reason, no matter how good the Chargers are, they can be way better than us and fundamentally just like a better team, better structured. What's up, Ven? We own the Chargers, and I have no idea why that is. And it's been like that from as long as I've watched football. I don't know if I've ever watched the Patriots lose to the Chargers. That's like LaDainian Tomlinson era, Antonio Gates, when they had Phillip Rivers all together on the same team. Blew right through them. Oftentimes, I think like, man, Phillip Rivers probably would have won 1 or 2 Super Bowls if it wasn't for Tom Brady. I really believe that, by the way. Straight up, he'd have won. Tell me, look back at some of those Chargers teams and tell me why the hell the only team that beat them was the Patriots. Them dudes would go like 13-3 or 12-4 and blow through everybody. Play the Patriots in like the divisional round and get the shit beat out of them. It was asinine. It was just like, well, what is happening? How does this always happen to the Chargers? And very unfortunately for the Chargers, they'd always have some crazy injury, like to like their very most important player. Like Phillip Rivers had a torn ACL one year. It was like, well, I wonder who's going to win this game. If you think I'm kidding, go look this up. He like tore his ACL and then beat the Steelers, and then like, yeah, they went 10-6 and missed the playoffs or something like that. Dude, they're cursed. The Chargers are. I don't know why they have a bad curse, and I don't know what they did to get cursed. Like, they got a curse that might be worse than the Lions' curse was. You know, the Lions were just shitty. It was miserable. But, like, the Chargers always have, like, these really nice football teams that shouldn't be bad. And everything that can go wrong will go wrong. And it does. What do they got to do? They do everything right, by the way. You can't find an organization that on the surface does more things correct than the Chargers. Good signings, very player friendly. It like you never like everything seems perfect there. They like try to keep things young and like analytical. They try to stay fresh with the way that they're running the program. None of it works. Then meanwhile, you got Detroit slowly but surely building up a super house. Like, I don't know. If I'm the Chargers, I'm like, well, fucking bullshit, dude. Or you got a team like, I don't know, like the Eagles who just sign all the best free agents and go, hopefully this works. And then this year it is. Why has no one signed Odell? Because he's not healthy enough to play this year. He tore his ACL in February and thought he'd come back in like record timing. Yeah, so is Phillip Rivers. So is like every Chargers quarterback they've drafted. You know what's the truth about the Chargers? They've never almost not had a franchise quarterback. I mean, they had a guy before, like they'll go like 2 years without a quarterback, and then they immediately have a new guy who's like the shit. And it's like that's crazy how like successful their quarterbacks have been in like a row. Phillip Rivers had several super teams. They've always been good. They've always have a good quarterback, always have good offensive pieces, always have good coaching, always have good defensive pieces, but they collapse. This is the first year where they kind of went in reverse. They had like a shitty middle of the season, and now they're starting to look really good. I'm like, is this the year? Are we bolting up? Is anyone else on full bolt right now? Or like half bolt? No, KN, yeah. If you go look at the actual numbers and then go like watch highlights, the Cardinals should have won that game, but Brady had like a crackhead comeback again. Phillip Rivers is retired. He's like fucking 42 years old or some shit. He's also, I believe, your franchise's best quarterback so far. Still can't believe you guys didn't pull a Super Bowl out. Yeah, Atlanta sucks. I also have a personal philosophy. You just never take the Falcons. Unless you have to take the Falcons, which is like, you know, like 5 times a year, usually. For now, anyway, till they fix that offensive line. I think they're on the right track to getting a better team, but they're pretty far. Phillip Rivers, yeah, he's aging pretty well. What's up, Hugo? No, I think the Falcons are going to lose, and I think the Patriots will hopefully win, so long as they can overcome the issues at corner they're having. But hey, with Teddy Bridgewater playing, it should be beatable, right? In all honesty, though, if you're the Dolphins, you should probably still win this game with what I've found out about the injuries. It's like, all right. Hey, we're up to 13 likes, by the way. I appreciate that, everyone. If you haven't left a like, consider doing so. It helps the stream out. But yeah, with something like, so I don't know. Miami should still be able to probably pull this off, especially with our secondary depleted. Probably shouldn't be that difficult to throw screens against fucking Miles Bryant. You'd hope anyway. Yep. Yeah, no more NFL games for the next year. No, I'm picking the Patriots. I think we should be able to beat a Teddy Bridgewater-led football team. You think Sean Wade's finally going to play? First and foremost, Mike, you actually think Sean Wade exists? Like, you actually believe he's a real person? Come on now. But yeah, but Sean Wade doesn't actually exist. Who's Mike the Patriot Punisher? I've never heard of that nickname. Who's that? Your dad likes the Dolphins uniforms. The Dolphins have nice uniforms. Them aqua blues. Oh, Wade did? I didn't even know he played. We were one of the teams that made Mike White go away 2 years ago. We beat up on Mike White so bad, everybody in New York went, well, I guess that's the end of Mike White for a little while. If we played that guy again, we'd do the same goddamn thing we did last time. Didn't he like complete like 2 throws on like 30 attempts against us or some asinine shit? Yeah, he should be able to do all right for the Jets this weekend against the pretty shitty Seahawks defense. He might get picked off a lot though. Well, Abe, you're a bandwagon fan because I know you're a big fan of the Bills uniforms. And the Bengals all whites. I know you like those, so you're bandwagoning on them Bengals. I've been hearing that Ape might actually be secretly rooting for the Bengals. Secret Bengals fan, Ape? He's not actually a Bills fan, it's all cap. He's just been too embarrassed to admit his real favorite team. In that game against the Patriots, yeah, I believe so. It was either against us or it was against you guys. He got the shit beat out of us against one of us. He's already been lying the whole time. Look, he's reading and writing. Wait, who's doing that? Me? I'm not. I never lie. When I only lie when I blink. Oh, this Ape? Yeah, he's untrustable. David Blau? Oh, David Blau's unstoppable. He's got the Blau cannon on him. So who? Never mind. I was just about to ask probably the stupidest question ever. What's the most disappointing team this year? Is there even a single question? You know what I mean? It's like, wait, that's a dumb question. Everyone's going to say the same fucking thing. The Broncos. Yeah, it's like, I don't even know why I thought that. I was like, that's actually a good discussion question. You know, we could... Well, the Rams have been injured, so I don't know if you can really count them. You know what I mean? Matthew Stafford went down with a neck injury. He's been hurt all year. He had the elbow injury to start the year. Like, they've been in flux. Miami? Ooh, why Miami? The AFC West in general. Home dog trend says 50% chance less than 2 weeks. So picking 2 home dogs. Okay, Rick, I got you. Lions were the biggest disappointment this year. I'd like to see the argument for the Lions. Why are they a disappointment this year? Most experts had them winning 4 to 5 games, 6 games at most. They're at 7 wins and fighting for the playoffs. I'd say the Lions wildly overexceeded most people's honest expectations for them. Hell, I would say they even lived up to the more insane expectations that people said, but they might be a playoff team. Raiders, yeah, I would say the Raiders, Broncos, Chargers turned it around. They were probably on a list. I guess you could say the Rams. But again, it's kind of hard to include the Rams because they're like, would you consider the Rams an injury case? Because they did lose Cooper Kupp, not Jalen Ramsey, I'm sorry. Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford. I mean, they've lost like most of their offensive linemen at this point in the season. It's like, yeah, Lions completely overachieved. You only had the Lions at about 500. Yeah, Lions 500 would have been like unreal, or just about 500. Vikings had bad defense last year, and now they are the worst. Vikings got worse. You'd say the Vikings disappointed? Yeah, I mean, they won the Super Bowl. Yeah, I get that, Jags. It's kind of it's a really bad come down. It's disappointing, but it's also like, what's up, Mark? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, it's disappointing for the Rams, but it's also like, at least it's explainable, right? Like, you can look to an actual concrete reason and be like, well, the injuries fucked us. Okay. No one expected a bad defense to become the league's worst. Well, I mean, it happens sometimes, Vlad. They didn't really make any changes on their defense. Vikings, yeah, they're incredibly lucky. But like, you can look to a team like the Raiders and the Broncos, and it's like, you guys just sucked. My team because Justin Herbert. I'm sorry, Chargers fans, but it was Brandon's. Yeah, I mean, the Chargers are kind of disappointing, but like, you know, they made the playoffs, so. Lions and Pats. Let's hope, Mark. Let's hope. Expected more. Yeah, fair enough. I wouldn't put them anywhere near what the Broncos were. Sorry, just had to look at something. Yeah, Raiders were really bad. I would put the Broncos as my number one most disappointing team this year. I guess there actually is a discussion to have here. I didn't think that there would be any variation. I like that there was a bunch of people that were like, nah, this team was way worse. The Titans, could they be on that list? I mean, they had probably the easiest path to the playoffs. Win a game 2 weeks ago. Russell Wilson, yeah, he sucks. Jeez. Broncos country, we fried. Totally satisfied with the Lions if they go 9-8. Who would have thought that after a 1-6 start? Yeah, Mark, exactly. Even if they go 7-10 or 8-9 to finish the year, if you're a Lions fan, can you really be upset if your team wins 8 games? I'd be like, we won 3 games last year. What the fuck? It'd be a little disappointing because that means you're probably going to miss the playoffs after you came so close. But it's like, next year's the year. We're going to be a good team. Green Bay Packers? Nah, Packers was... I think a lot of people expected the Packers to fall off a little bit this year. Very young receiving core, and the offensive line situation was pretty bad to start the year. I don't know. I didn't have high expectations for the Packers, did you? I mean, be honest. Do you have them being as good as they were in the years past? If you did, you had way too high expectations on Green Bay. The fact that they're still fighting for the playoffs is they're doing pretty good now. They kind of flipped their season. Let's also not forget Adams and Rodgers didn't get off on the right foot right away either. So I'm pretty sure him and Watson are off to a better start than him and Adams were. Old drop it. Ooh, Adams and those drops. Yeah, Raiders are really bad. That's a really bad situation. There's no reason they should be that bad. And I say that fully confidently because they have 4 games where they led by 13 or more points. What's that record say otherwise? Goff is the answer. Also, we don't need a... No. The Lions should draft defense. Exactly. That's what I've been trying to tell Lions fans for about a year now. Just fix the defense next draft. Goff is perfectly fine now. Wait to see with Goff. He could turn around, and he did. Now they're good for at least a year. No, the Jaguars will be better soon, I think, Jason. I would say they're like a middling team now. Like, it goes like... I don't know. They're not better. They have a really good quarterback, so... The hunt for them is over. They have their guy. Too many distractions. Yeah, I think playing there is bad. Yeah, the greater... Who has the biggest collapse this season? The Jets, Jaguars, Seahawks. All these teams were at one point 3-win team or 3-loss teams, looking like they were going to be the Cinderella darling of the NFL season. And oh boy. Dolphins. Yeah, Dolphins had a bad collapse. I don't really think it's fair to include a team that wasn't supposed to win more than 4 games with Seattle as the worst collapse. Because Seattle, you can almost put them in the same vein as the Lions as wild overachievers. So I kind of hesitate, kind of struggle to put Seattle into one of those like, oh, they collapsed. I think they were just kind of overperforming what were expectations. I think Goff is good for a while. Keep in mind he's only 27. I'll take him any day over. Mark, we'll see, but I also think there's some limitations to Jared Goff. Maybe he'll keep getting better. But yeah, for right now, I don't see any reason. There isn't anything like pressing in the draft. If the Lions can get their hands on somebody like, Caleb Williams next year, then yeah, fucking go get him. He's going to be instantly good. But yeah, I don't disagree. But there's a couple guys in 2024 I think we should keep our eye on. I think that Drake Maven guy is going to be really good. I think Caleb Williams is going to be... I think 2024 has a lot of really good quarterbacks coming out, man. I'm really excited for that next draft class. There's like 2 guys, though, that Williams and that kid Drake. He's good. Those are really good. Those are good quarterbacks. Especially Caleb Williams. He's going to be the next big problem in this league. And I don't usually make proclamations like that about college kids, but it's like when I see Lawrence, when I seen Burrow, when I seen Caleb Williams, it's just like, oh yeah, no, they're going to be instantly good. Zero question from me. That's an NFL quarterback. Well, they threw Trevor Lawrence to Urban Meyer and almost fucking ruined him. You're just a Spartan slappy. Fair enough. Mark, did you hear about what happened in Michigan basketball the other day? I know this is completely off topic from football. Michigan lost to a very good team. It was shocking. Michigan lost to Central Michigan in basketball at home. To a 4-8 Chippewas. That's the kind of shit that won't get you into the NCAA tournament at the end of the year. Yeah, you guys have like a club basketball team you just started up. This is a running back draft from what I see. Yeah, running back defense probably. Moving on to receivers. This probably got good receivers too. I don't really care about college basketball. All right, Mike, thanks for tuning in when you could, man. I'm sure you'll be listening and shit, or tuning into other things, but I appreciate you, man. Good looking out. Chase is like, every time I tune into this fucking cocksucker stream, somehow he's talking about Michigan getting beat. See, Chase is just upset that because, like, I'm one of the only honest Michigan fans left in the country. Honest Wolverine fan right here, number one. And I know we're about to lose to TCU. The Mayo Bowl? No, that sounds fucking gross. What'd they mayo the winner? Dump a bunch of gross ass fucking spicy weird looking mayo on people. I have a cut on my shoulder. Please don't dump the mayo in. Oh, I'm gonna die. Imagine you got a cut and they dump a bunch of mayo on you and you get like an infection from the mayo and you gotta have one of your legs or something amputated. And like your career ends because they dump mayo on you. You know how sad that shit would be? Yeah, I actually have Michigan winning, but you know, it's funnier to do it other way. Do you actually have TCU winning? That's pretty crazy. I don't think so. Pretty sure Michigan's got that in the bag. I don't didn't TCU loses like easy games to win and shit, or they did this year. You think Texas Christian's gonna win? I mean, they could win. Any team can technically win, but I'm pretty sure Michigan will just shut them down. Their quarterback cried, and you know that's kind of weak. I wish one of their coaches would have called him out and been like, "Do you think Jesus cried when he was on the cross, boy? Why are you crying, Max?" I'm sorry, coach. And instead of like go for a game and drive, it'd be 31-30 TCU. But McCarthy gets sacked. Oh, you're thinking like a game losing safety? Sheesh. Charge the Ram, it's going to be challenging when I get there. Yeah, it's probably going to be pretty crazy. Yeah, it's a secret, but we don't have to announce it yet. I've been putting on all this muscle and shit. Look how big I'm getting. It's all natural arm under here. See that? Look how big that muscle is. Pretend my arm isn't there. That's all filled with muscle. I just got a really pointy muscle. Just pretend the shirt isn't there. How big that fucking arm is. Oh, thanks for tuning in, Kenny. How did you guys' stream go? Look at it. Oh, fucking crazy. It's just me, all natural. Yeah, I am shaming people because... Yeah, Mark, me too. I'd rather have Al. At least Big Al tried to do something. Just never worked out for him. Like I said, one day we're going to realize Big Al, we're going to miss him for at least trying. This new fucking idiot. The only good thing this new guy did was fire everybody in the front office and hire analytics departments that are modern, bring in new scouts, bring in new medical departments. So that actually should help the team. But he wants to see what we have for young talent. This is going to be a fucking burn year again. And it's going to suck. No. I'm sorry, Vlad, but you know, some of us are big dudes. I'm like 5'10", 140 pounds. I know that fucking scares people. I mean, 240 pounds. I know that scares people out my mass. Well, like 200 and like 49 actually, specifically. Like fluctuate between 249 and like 155, like on a 255 on, like, you know, when I'm fucking bulking. Yeah, muscle weighs more than fat. Just remember that. I'm ripped. I think nothing weighs, you know, more than both. Or weighs less than both. So, you know, I'm fucking easy. Or, well, people who would be 149 pounds are easy to lift up. When do I go back to school? In like a week. Well, in like 2 weeks. Because I forgot all my classes are at the end of the week. But the semester resumes on the 9th. So, not very long. You go on the 9th? Ooh. Yeah, we go back on the 9th too. Up to old CMU. Well, it's the reason why I talked about CMU upsetting Michigan, so. You go back on the 17th? Damn, I think you guys also went like a week later than us, so that would make sense. I have no idea, Mark. I don't really follow the baseball off season that hard. I'm going to be honest with you. You're overhearing your home? Oh, no, yeah, Jason, I'm just messing around. We're all good. Yeah, I go to a real college that wins sports. Unlike that loser school, Michigan, dude. Only good at badminton. Like, ugh. Michigan's a school that people who couldn't get into Central Michigan go to. You're on a quarter system? Yeah, that sounds awful. So, like, it's like quadmesters? Ugh. Are you like an engineer or something? Three quarters in a summer? Yeah. Okay. I'm just used to semesters at this point. It is because of hotel for... Okay. Cool, cool. Microbiology, but decided to go to a UC. Oh, no, I got you. I got you. Michigan State's 59,000 a year. It's like the same as Central. It's not that expensive to go to state. Are you not from Michigan? Oh, yep. Okay, never mind. But say it's like 20,000 a year. I don't know what you're talking about. I was just about to get really ignorant and be like, dude, it's only like $1,000. It's not even 1,000 a credit hour per class. What are you talking about? Like 7,000 a semester, 14,000 a year, some shit. It's like they charge us 45,000 extra dollars to go to that fucking school. Yeah, Kenny goes to a smaller school. Well, Kenny, you go to a lot smaller college than us though. Navy and college played each other this year. They're in a bowl game like recently. I know they play every year, but Yeah, I was gonna say you guys, but don't you guys have like a pretty good system for in-state college? And you guys have good colleges out there, so it's not like you're missing too. I know Michigan State's really good at microbiology though, so I guess I could see. Isn't that like their shit? Which makes absolutely no sense for a school in Michigan to be like, we're one of the world leaders in microbiology for some reason. It probably is. I don't know. See what else in the news. I feel like we're missing other like random news. Joey, we already talked about Bosa being back. Oh, by the way, Tom Brady, you want to hear a fun stat? On December 29th, which was 2 days ago, really. State wasn't even bowl eligible, that's true. When Tom Brady was drafted, he had been alive for 8,292 days, so 22 years and 13 days. On December 29th, 2022, Tom Brady had been in the NFL for 8,292 days, good for 22 years, 13 days. Literally half of this dude's life has been spent in the NFL. So if you're younger than 22 years old, Tom Brady's been playing football your whole life in the NFL. Damn, Andrew Tate has to spend the new year in jail. I'm pretty sad right now, actually. I'm getting emotional, dude. Yeah, I would imagine so, Vlad. My semester was good. I finished with 2 high A's. And my my master's degree GPA, what do you think it is? I can't believe that just happened. Bang the shit out of my mic stand. Sorry if that made any weird noises. I'm just very creative. We got vodka wings, a lot of snacks. There you go. Sounds like a good way to get it be away. English creative writing. So there might be English literature. Well, it's English literature with a focus in creative writing. However you want to look at that. When your cousins play on a college football team in Auburn, they play for the Auburn Tigers. It's English though. You got a 3.3 GPA on the beginning of the year. I said 2.0. I am happy. There you go, Kenny. Good job. Very good job. See what you're capable of. Good shit, Kenny. They actually said you'll have the traits to be a diplomat with that degree in my orientation. With what degree? A degree in English literature, creative writing? Really? With English? Yeah, I'm on my way to being a state politician, gentlemen. College is easier than high school, in my opinion. Or it's better. The difference between college and high school is college, you are there to learn. You learn things. The problem with high school is you're there to memorize tests. That's why you didn't do as well. In college, you'll do better. If you have any interest in learning, college is actually really nice. You're not there to just memorize a test. Most teachers don't even give a fuck about the test. Here's the secret about a lot of college tests you'll take. Go online and look up like fucking if your teacher gives out homework assignments and like homework sheets that have like these weird like very formulaic questions, just like, or you get like a study sheet, Google the questions. Just trust me on this. Just Google the whole question with all the multiple choice questions. You will find that most of these are printed out. Like most of these teachers, when they like print out assignments or they like create these tests, they're just pulling them from a fucking website. Because they have to give tests and most of them don't really like to. At least what I've had in my experience. Again, I'm an English major, so I haven't taken a real test since yeah, it varies, but see, like I wouldn't follow my advice strictly. Just look around, you know what I mean? Look around, and if it's not there, then you know your teacher's on the ball. Photos math, yeah, math is really bad about it. Yeah, the chat bot, yeah, they're also lockdown browsers getting to be a bitch. What's Canvas? He's a punt returner for Auburn. LOL, I'm going to watch his game after school on Monday. I got 2 more days off already. I had 2 weeks now, and I got school coming up on Monday. Hell yeah, Jason. Oh, you guys are already going back to regular school? On the first, oh, well, it'll be the second of the year. Yeah, I guess high schoolers, if you're in high school, you might have to already go back. Again, if you cheat in college, you're only just cheating yourself. We use Blackboard. Yeah, I never plan on it. Started getting weak when it came to the medical aspect, so I switched with 30 credits left. Yeah, yeah, not for me. Yeah, I picked the right major for me, probably long term. I wanted to do pre-law, and I probably still could just go be a lawyer. Apparently, I probably have all the prereqs I need to get into a good law school. I just got to go take the LSAT and get a good score on it, which I probably would. And then I can go be a civil rights attorney like I wanted to when I was a kid. Then I found out about sports, and I went, oh, fuck that. Sports management, yeah, that's good. You want to be a coach. Yeah, I feel bad for the Colts center. He's like, oh, everybody's different every week. It's getting pretty fucking crazy that I have to every fucking year it's somebody new. Every day it's somebody new. Also, JJ Watt plans on retiring. I know we haven't really like touched that at all. We haven't really even like skinned it or looked at it or thought about it or talked about it. But yeah, JJ Watt's calling it a career. Honestly, probably should have happened a couple years sooner, but you know, hey, it's fine. He's still semi-productive when he's able to be like feeling healthy, feeling good. Yeah, Vlad. It's either I'm gonna be a professor or I'm gonna go to law school. I don't know if I got the temperament for law school though. That's a problem. Or to be a lawyer. I can get really shitty with people pretty quick. I get really insulting really quick. So I don't know. I don't know if I have the etiquette to be a lawyer. Yeah, I'd buy one. Yeah, I'd go get this study for it. No, civil rights. Civil rights. Not a criminal defense. I don't like that. I wouldn't do that. Nope, civil rights. So say somebody sues somebody for like say like you think the government violated your freedom of speech right. Yeah, I would be the guy. I want to be that guy. I don't believe in intellectual property. I think it's a gross violation of the First Amendment. We can have this argument if you want to. I don't believe in intellectual property. I think you should be able to steal people's ideas, and there's nothing. Oh yeah, it's an easy cash flow. Oh yeah. In terms of law, yeah, it's very easy. People really believe in this shit. Me personally, I think it's all horse shit, and it's directly in violation of the First Amendment, because you're using the government to tell me that I can't have an idea, and create an idea from your idea and make money on that because the government said no, and you can use the power of the state to silence me. That's a violation of the First Amendment if I've ever heard one. There's expression, there's right to ideas, there's a whole bunch of things that is enforced via the power of the state and sanctioned from the state if you do happen to steal someone's intellectual property. Yeah, and I'm a writer, by the way. Like, I'm a creative person. I think that, yeah, if somebody steals one of my works, I don't fucking care. I'll just be like, well, I actually wrote that. And if people like my work more, they'll come to me in the second. I don't care. I'll never silence someone's right to expression and speech through fucking being like, that's mine. I made that up. Yeah, I'm just shocked that Jarrett Stidham was named the starter. But see, I'm an actual free speech absolutist for the most part. There's a few things you probably shouldn't say. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Raiders, but like, I know we've retreaded this, but like, kind of to bring it back up, I'm really just shocked. Like, why are they giving up on Carr? Is it really him? He's gonna die. Yeah, that line's bad. I don't know, Kenny. But if you're a Packers fan, you have to be kind of excited. Like, wait, maybe Devante's gonna want to go back to Green Bay. Hold. If I'm a Packers fan, I'm kind of geeking right now because I'm like, there's like 3 places this fucker wants to go. Stay in Vegas because it's close to home. Go home to Green Bay with Rodgers. Or go ahead and follow. Yeah, but I mean, fucking, you want to win a Super Bowl before Aaron Rodgers retires? Or you want to build a team for when Aaron Rodgers is gone? You put Devante Adams next to Christian Watson next season, that's a really good receiving core. Yeah, the Raiders are... by the way, Devante Adams did openly say the only reason I signed with the Raiders is to play with Derek Carr. That's very troubling. Josh Jacobs made it sound like he was leaving. Next year, the Raiders could be without the following 3 players. No Carr. Let's do it this way. No Carr. No Jacob. Damn it, wrong finger. No Jacobs. And no Devante. That's a rough fall. Do you think Josh McDaniels would just quit? He'd be like, all right, we're out of here. I'm going to go back to New England. Yeah, and it's weird though. Like I don't even know if they can afford to honestly pay Jacobs. That could be a problem. We don't have the funds for this guy. We want to pay Josh, but he's too. The fuck do we pay him with? And then the real question is, where does he sign? New England? Like, what team would actually pay Josh Jacobs? Is going to actually pay him? The Broncos? Kansas City might. Well, no, they got Pacheco now, and he's good. Miami might. But they might have to go sign Lamar Jackson or something. Let's see, like Miami's in a weird spot where they might have to go spend some serious money on a running back. The Bucks probably not, because I don't think they're going to want to spend money on a running back when Brady. Oh, actually, now that Brady's probably gone after this year, they might try and move on from like Evans and Godwin. That's something also. Do the Bucks do Evans or Godwin demand a trade once Brady's gone? There could be a lot of movement in this offseason. We have the possibility of DeAndre Hopkins being traded away. or at least demanding a trade, asking for a trade from the Cardinals. I don't think he wants to be there anymore. Does Minnesota think about trading away Hockenson, knowing that he's probably not going to re-sign with them in 2024? I don't think anybody does. One of the worst QB signings I've ever seen. Who, Russell? Yeah. Packers need to trade for a receiver. Yeah. What about DeAndre Hopkins to Green Bay? That could be a thing. Oh, the Cardinals? Yeah. They gave fucking Kyler all that money for doing nothing. Immediately shreds his ACL. It's like, oh, that's fun. So the Cards are going to be bad next year, too. Your hometown team, LA, only best team is Niners. Go Bills, but Bengals winning, and I'm halfway there back in Ohio. Okay. What's up, JJ? How's it going, man? He sucked when he played. Talk shit to. I mean, I think the whole team talks shit to Cliff Kingsbury. You know what their worst signing was, other than Kyler, was giving Cliff Kingsbury an extension. Why'd they do that? Hey, thank you for 20 likes, everybody. I appreciate that very much. Very kind. Why did they extend Cliff? He sucks. He's a bad coach. Like, unironically, I think he's a bad coach. And they should fire him. Yeah, dude, literally couldn't win in college football with fucking Patrick Mahomes. And now we can't win with a fucking loaded offense, dude. I'm sorry, but it's like, what are you doing? His offense was too good at the beginning of the year to be shitty. And then when they got DeAndre back, they were like fucking worse somehow. Yeah, how does your offense suck with DeAndre Hopkins in their lineup? Like, how is your offense better prior to DeAndre Hopkins? That shouldn't be a thing. DeAndre showing up shouldn't make your offense get worse. That's just, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, we just don't know how to use DeAndre. What? Yeah, he's too much on steroids. We don't like him now. I'm sorry, but if somebody just came back to my football team after being busted for steroids, his ass is getting the ball a lot. He might be roided up, ready to go. Who, DeAndre? Why does he do that? Seems like crazy behavior. Why is he doing that? Oh, he just ruins them. Okay. I have big hands. Look at this. Look how big my hands are, you guys. Look how big these are. There's no frame of reference. This is a 32-ounce water bottle. No, I'm just kidding. It's a normal size water bottle. That would have been pretty funny if I was like this. This is a normal. This is a liter size bottle. No, I got like 9.5, almost 10-inch hands. It's like, here's 10-inch hands, and then there's mine from like here to here. For example, I have a really big face, right? Really big head. I can completely cover my face like this, you know, cover my whole shit. Can't see anything. I can palm a basketball. Yeah, I can easily just palm a basketball. Like, I don't know how big my hands are. I have large hands. I don't know how to, like, demonstrate this properly. They're not, like, long boys, right? But, like, here to here is fucking weird, dude. It's, like, huge. And that's actually how you measure your hands. It's not how long they go, like, from. And it's fucking just these massive grippers. I got these. It's nice. I have wide feet too. I don't know if I'm built like shit. I was built with like spare parts and like shitty malware with fucking riddled parts. It's like, just give him some knees from a fucking, I don't know, a bad knee person. That was terrible. I don't know what has bad knees. I'm gonna play Madden. You don't want to play me in Madden, not fucking smoke you, dude. Let's score 10 touchdowns. I actually haven't played Madden since like the first few streams I did of it, and then I played a little off stream and went, I'm bored of this. Stream playing Madden? At some point. I can't right now. Like, I have issues. I was like trying to record a few things and see how like everything looks, but like my 1050 Ti, I don't know if it's good enough to simultaneously both play a video game and then have the ability to stream it out. So I have to wait for a little while to buy a new graphics card, middle of January-ish. So it's not far away, but I'd lose. I'm not good at fighting games. What's Punch? I'll light your ass. I'll fucking fire on you, bro. If you play on, is it cross-platform? If it's on computer, I'd probably try it out, actually. That probably would be pretty fucking silly fun. Make a UFC character. Do a UFC career mode. You know how fucking stupid that shit would be? If you can't get. Oh, that's a bitch, dude. Yeah, graphics cards are just stupid expensive. This stream's done really good for a really late night stream. We're at 93 total views on the VOD. We didn't need to go for 2 hours to hit 100. Oh, your computer. Yeah, full on computers are expensive. I'm really good with tech and I could probably help you fix that, but I don't know exactly what happens. I'm gonna tell you something, Vlad. Doing it yourself, a lot easier than you think. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I built my whole computer by myself. 2 of them. And I'll take apart the whole thing and put it back together sometimes just to clean everything up and make sure it's all crispy. You know what I mean? It's fair enough. I have really shaky hands because I get really nervous I'm gonna break everything. So I start shaking, but oh yeah, if it was custom built, you might want to be careful. I just order up the parts and put it all in there, but I'm pretty good with my hands. If I was stupid, I'd be a carpenter. Like if I wasn't able to think very well and I like just couldn't do school. Bro, I'm not kidding. I'm really good at woodworking. It's like my what's the ability? It's like my only manly skill. I'm very good with power tools and very good with woodworking. Yeah, it's my only man skill. Like if the world burnt down, I bet I can still be useful. I can do some fucking crazy miter joints. Like, I can make it so you can, like, have, like, a square made up of 4 separate parts with a piece in the middle, you know, a nice piece of sheeting in the middle. I can make you joints like that and make them real tight, real nice, they never break. I know how to fucking move. Give me some nice red oak, a couple, lathe, a planer. I don't really need a lathe. Never mind. You don't need that shit. You need bandsaw, table saw, planer. And maybe a sander. You can sand it by hand. We'll be doing pick tomorrow night. No, I just really like power tools. I think tools are awesome. You just like pick up a fucking drill and just like vroom, vroom. You ever use a pneumatic drill before? The motherfuckers go fast. It's like, oh, there's power in this. Again, in another life, I'm a complete redneck. Yeah, I'm fucking yee-yeeing around and shit. Very intolerant. But again, that's not who I am now, you know, or even in this life. Thank God I can read, you know. At least I think I can read. Anyone ever have the fear that they're a giant retard and everyone's just being really nice to them? Then again, it's like, well, I had that thought, so I'm probably not a retard. But then it's like, are retards ever cognizant of their own shortcomings? You know what I mean? It's just an odd thing to think about. No, I constantly think, I'm like, man, what if I'm actually just a giant mentally disabled guy and everyone's just really nice to me? Like, damn, that'd be a trip. But then again, I don't know if I could have those thoughts. Somebody would have told me by now. Like, if I'm retarded, you guys can tell me. If I'm out here going, like, if I'm, you know, if I'm we got slanty Down syndrome eyes and I got that fucking look to me, you know, you guys can be like, well, hate to be the one to break it to you, Rob. You're dumb as fuck. Like, oh, the mirror, the illusion's been shattered. That hasn't happened yet, and I've encountered some real mean people in my life, so. Yeah, I know you guys are here. I'm not crazy. I mean, you could be one person simultaneously being everybody else at the same time, just trying to make me feel better about running a YouTube channel. But your dedication would be pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, I could be insane, imagining everything. I could be dead, replaying my life in a loop over and over and over and over and over and over again, and this could be what an afterlife is. You know, that's what I actually think happens, might be going on. That you're just replaying everything over and over. Yeah, you never know if you're completely insane or if you're just replaying your life over and over and over again. Isn't that fucking freaky? Both things are impossible to disprove, by the way. Because if you're like, well, if I kill myself, then my life ends. Yeah, because that's where your memory stopped. That's like, and then your life will repeat, and you'll never know it. It's like, fuck. Like you can't even like it's like almost impossible to disprove. You know what I mean? And that's what's fucking awful. Like, well, how does it end? Well, I don't know. You die. That's how life ends. And then eventually you just replay it. I don't fucking know. Yeah, the white room thing is the harder one to disprove. But then again, I think you could probably have far too rational of thoughts. But then again, if you're imagining this whole world and everything's still like it is back in like the fucking 1500s, everybody still lives in shacks and fucking there's still kings and queens, and you're screaming about like some fucking President Trump versus Biden. They're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Imagine that. Like you're like, you like snap into it, and all of a sudden you're like sitting on a fucking shitty farm somewhere wrapped up like this. And you're like, what the fuck? Where's my computer? And they're like, oh, I thought you were fixed. You've been rambling about this guy named Elon and computers, and for 4 years you talked about something called football and Tom Brady, and you were yelling at these ants about Aaron Rodgers. Who the fuck who are these people you're making up? I'd be like, no, no way. Yeah, you started really going off about this, the Jets. You talk about this game called Old School RuneScape for way too many hours, and you screamed, I'm just getting my cooking up. I'm just getting my cooking up. And it's like, we had no idea what then you're talking about Slayer quests, and then on like every year, July 4th, you like look up and go, look at all the fireworks, man. You scared us you're a very terrifying individual for the first, like, I don't know, 30 years of your life. All right, somebody's fucking with me. Yeah, that'd be a terrible reality to wake up from. I'd be like, all right, put me back into the other world. That was way more fun. Oh, really? You can be an Italian? For sure, my family's just been here for forever. Like, I'm pretty sure we could trace it back to almost like pre-1700s on either side. I'm not 100% on that. I'm pretty sure, though. So I'm really American. And then there's a little bit of native roots in there. About a quarter? I don't know how that would work. I don't really like to claim that, though, because it's like I didn't grow up in no fucking reservation. My grandma was a native lady. You know, I don't know how that works. Yeah, I'm technically a quarter because my grandma would have been full-blooded native, and my dad's half. So that puts me at least a quarter, I think. Roughly, right? Unless we're being lied to about our grandma's heritage, you know, then I'm like, I didn't know. That's what I was told. I've been led astray. So I'm super American, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, I got the old American, I got the new American in me. You're bred. I want them to recognize me, mainly just so I could hold up a card and be like, I'm Native American. But it's a little bit, I don't know. There's certain things I have that are probably a little less obvious. I have very high cheekbones, for example. Like, they're like up here. And I have very slanty. I got these, hold on. Look at my eyes, they're very slanty. I have like these weird, very subtle things that are like, wait, those are odd features to have on someone who's very European looking. Because I don't know how many Europeans have Asian looking eyes. My eyes are very slanty. And I have zero Eastern European. Like, none whatsoever. Dutch and British. So my European side is about as like fucking, their eyes are like this. They got like circle eyes and shit. It's creepy. So there's that. And I don't know, I got real big ass shoulders. Yeah, no, I shouldn't have. Like, you can clearly see the slant in my eyes. Like, you can very clearly see it. Like, especially when I'm tired in this eye, it gets, I can't almost, it's like, yeah, and I have very clear like distinct shaped eyes that aren't necessarily European. You can clearly see like the inclination of them to go. Yep, I have slightly oriental looking, or it's, again, it's so slight and subtle. Again, the high ass cheekbones where you can really see it on when I smile. Like, it's like they're right here. It's interesting. And I also have like, hold on, for being 30, I also have this very long, thick ass fucking hair. That's just never going away. I should do one of them 23andMe tests, but I think they're all linked to the bitch ass church of Scientology and Mormons, and I don't want any of my family to get post baptized. I hope so too. Jags. Mom's dad was Sicilian. Sicilians are, yeah, Sicilians could be like a whole bunch of different things. You guys are on that southern tip of the Levant. You guys could be 900 different things. You could wind up being Greeks. You could wind up being Israelis. You could wind up being Syrians, Egyptians. It's fucking wild. You could be Spain. You could be British. It's just like, you could be Moors. You could be part African. There's a lot of crazy shit with that Sicilian identity. Because again, it's right there in that Levant area where, you know, people like murdered everybody to live for a while. Arab North African. So you probably got like Egyptian in there, probably. Dark curly nappy hair and shit. Yeah. Again, I think I want to take a DNA test just so I can wave it around and be like, look, I'm not white. Nah. That'd be some shit. I'd be like, well, what's the rules for me now? I'm not technically, if you know, some crazy shit happened, I'd join you guys' side. I unironically think I could apply for loan forgiveness and get 100% of my student loans forgiven. It's like specifically because I believe, at least in the state of Michigan, I think Native Americans are supposed to get like a certain amount of college paid for. And I think retroactively, I would have to go get those scholarships of like $10,000 a year, semester. I don't know. And that would eliminate almost every bit of college debt I took. So, because I wouldn't have had to take any loans, technically. I would have been able to take a Pell Grant and and that scholarship for being Native, and that would have paid for everything. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, well, I shouldn't have had to pay for college. They put my grandma into a boarding school, so, you know, it's the least they could have done. Blech. $1,400. Holy shit! My rent for a 2-bedroom apartment is $555. It went up though. I'm very pissed. You wanna know what my rent is for next year? $580. Can you believe that shit? Yeah, now it's $580 next year for a 2-bedroom. Yeah. I'm fucking livid. They're ripping me off. Can't even. 62. Jesus. That's included in the rent. Most of my shit's included in the rent too, so I don't know, fucking. You lived there for 8 days? Jesus Christ. Yeah, dude, I'm glad I live in mid-Michigan. I know it sucks to live in the Midwest, but like genuinely fuck living everywhere else. I couldn't do that. literally would hate my life. Yeah, no, it's fucking too expensive. And I know if I ever have to move to like Colorado, it's gonna be the same bullshit. But like, I'll go live in college towns. I don't give a fuck. It's way cheaper than most places. Probably not Cali though. But like straight up, I live in a college town. That shit's dirt cheap. It's a big brain strat. Wow. Yeah, you can live like a king in Michigan for very little money. I love it. It's great. My favorite state. If it didn't get cold, it'd be the perfect state. Perfect country, really. Got all these rivers and freshwater bodies. Everything collapsed. Michigan would run the motherfucking world. We could partner with Canada, Wisconsin, Ohio, Minnesota, and we'd form the greatest superpower the world had ever seen. It wouldn't even be close. We'd dominate this fucking world. We'd run the score up. It'd be that bad. It'd be like some fucking 07 Patriot shit. Only thing that could take us down is ourselves. Being too cocky. If we can control the water, we control the world. My plan to rise as world emperor is basically, I need the California fault to break and a couple more super tornadoes or something. Kansas City? Yeah, it's probably really nice there if you like living in the South and whatnot. I want to live in Colorado, Boulder specifically. If I become rich enough, then Aspen, but Boulder specifically. I want to live in the mountains. I have a deep connection. When I went there, I was like, oh, this is where I belong. I was like, I wonder if my people lived here. You know, my fellow white man. I feel like some German settlers once came here. You know, I feel a real kinship to the Dutch. No, I really liked it out there. I like that kind of, I don't know. I like Colorado's, the whole vibe of the state was nice. I was like, this is where I should have been born. What the fuck is Michigan? So mainly because it gets so warm there. I was like, oh, this is nice. Live like a fucking gremlin and just, yeah, it's just nice. It feels good. I feel fucking connected. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the earth. It's like that when I go to the other mountains too, though. So I think I just really like mountains. I have like a 12 IQ when I see a mountain. I'm like, ooh, mountain. Big, pointy, tall rock. Let's climb the mountain. It's just like, ooh, what's up on top of it? And then you get up there and you throw a rock and just go, boom, like a 12-year-old. And you just go, that's probably traveling hundreds of miles an hour at this point. Just fucking, like, huh, I hope that doesn't hit anybody down there. And then you hear it hit a tree branch and it sounds like a fucking loud gun. And you're like, that'd have killed somebody. I may have killed an animal. But then again, you're like, I threw that into a place where there shouldn't be people. If there's people in there, they're fucking, that's their own problem. And I feel no guilt. I was high up on a mountain one time and the fucking clouds went by. I was like, holy shit. You know what, though? I'm going to admit something. I didn't breathe. I was like, I even said before to my friend I was with, I was like, dude, don't breathe. That's cloud. You don't want to breathe in cloud. I got like as flat as I could to the ground and started breathing really hard because I couldn't fucking hold my breath for that long. I was like, oh, this is a big ass cloud. We're all gonna get cancer. Yeah, I turn into an absolute fucking mongrel when I get out when I'm up that high. I'm like, I can't think straight. Look out, it's a fucking cloud, dude. You mean water? You mean like water vapor is what you're afraid of? Yeah, I watch Alex Jones. I know what those clouds are. Those are chemtrails. I ain't gonna get caught. I'm too smart. All right, though. I think that's about it, guys. It's about 1 o'clock. It's been 2 hour stream. Um, I think the ending was pretty interesting. Just a fun little, just chit chat around. Yeah, I feel bad. You almost like, I almost feel bad for Alex Jones because it's like $1 billion. Jesus Christ! I understand hitting him for a few million, right? But it's like he did that much damages. Really? Boy, he ran his goddamn mouth like a fucking idiot. Then it's like Jesus Christ. Again, I fully understand. You know, he should have to pay for a little bit of what he did, but it's like I don't think it should have been to the tunes of billion. Though, you know, that seems it's like that's crazy. Again, I don't think he should have gone unpunished, but whoa, that's fucking wild. Again, I could even like maybe you could rationalize a few 100 million, like about 250 million. Yeah, I could see it. There's a lot of people. He should have to pay each of them people at least $1 million. Um, you know what I mean? Each family at least $1 million that he really fucked them people's lives. Like if you followed any of that, the shit those people had to go through while trying to also deal with like losing their baby. It's just like guys, that was fucking dark what Alex was doing. They whooped what's that like fucking 10 million a family almost? I don't even, like 100 million a family? What the fuck are they making him pay? What's it come out to? Like 40 a family? Again, you can kind of see 20 30 families, a few million each. Dude, that was bad. What did you the Alex Jones I mean, he deserved to get sued, but again, that was such a fucking wild amount of money. He has to pay each of them people. Yeah, LA's got some problems. LA's always got problems. Again, I'm very conflicted on that ruling because again, Alex really fucking deserved to get into some shit for what he did to them people. Oh boy. Does that seem like that seems like kind of cruel and unusual, but I don't know. I don't know. That's a really big moral quandary you'd have to kind of go over. Cuz it's like I mean, he does I mean, he didn't shouldn't be that much of a fine. That's a silly amount of money. But then again, I don't know. How do you quantify the shit he was doing? One judge did. Yeah, I think that was more or less, hey, don't lie about people and send your fucking sycophants after these fucking people who are grieving a baby being killed in a school shooting by one of the most cracked out individuals I've ever seen. Let's not get even into that. Yeah, that was the dumbest motherfucking thing I've ever seen. That was retarded, straight up. Even if that was happening, really, that's how you think they're gonna communicate in the most obvious motherfucking way possible? We thought we were being slick talking about cheese pizza. So these people are running a very hyper sophisticated sex trafficking ring, and their code word was cheese pizza. Really? Something with the initials CP? They're gonna be that obvious? That's comically inept. No, I don't agree with... I hate conspiracy people. Until they can prove it, I think they're all stupid, and they sound silly. It's like the Pizzagate thing. It's like, really? You think this sophisticated, like, super group of child smugglers who have been operating in the shadows for decades upon decades, unable to be caught, unable to leave any real evidence, calls their fucking operation with words with, like, cheese pizza? The fuck would they use... The Andrew Tate situation. I don't really have a lot because I don't know exactly what's going on. I've heard it's human trafficking. I've heard it's money laundering. I've heard he's been out of jail. He's been still in. What's he exactly in trouble for? Is it money laundering, or is it the trafficking, or is it both? Because I heard in court it was more money laundering. If that's the case, then that sucks. Is it 100% money laundering, or is it both? And if it's money laundering, why are they being held? What are they afraid they'll leave the country? With all their... If it's money laundering, all their accounts would be frozen. They wouldn't be able to leave the country. Like, they wouldn't have access to their money. So I really wouldn't consider them flight risks. I don't know why they're being held for just money. I don't think it would be that serious. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought they like released like statements saying it's trafficking. Like, I don't think you'd be held for 30 days or held until trial. Like, I don't think you'd get a hut for money laundering. You know what I mean? Hold until trial is pretty serious. Yeah, I know they have a huge issue with money laundering, but like, is that a hut charge? Is that something you like don't get released from? Oh, trafficking. Yeah, they have a bad trafficking. Yeah, I know that about Romania. Yeah, Romania is a fucking Eastern European shithole. Like, let's be honest. It's like a fucking awful little country. Also, I mean, it's not alleged. There's literally a bunch of women that like... Like, isn't there 6 women that are alleging like he did some pretty bad stuff? And like, remember when he used to brag about having women work for OnlyFans for him and like be cam girl models for him, and he would type on the computer for them? Remember those stories he'd brag about having all the women work for him on OnlyFans? I'm pretty sure that's like part of the evidence being used against him to like prove he was like holding these women against their will. Yeah, he basically admits it. Now the women that were a part of those operations are saying they were being held there against their will. They were tricked to go there, then held against their will. What's up, KHY? So it's not really alleging. He's been criminally charged, I believe. Right? No, Jags, they're not alleging anything. They're pretty much charging him with a crime. It's not alleged. They're like, no, we have evidence you were human trafficking. You better have an explanation to this. No, this is the same thing. This is all the same scenario, Jags, I'm pretty sure. You know how everyone's always been calling him a human trafficker since they heard the story about like Andrew Tate? Because this is the same situation. Yeah, alleged is just for, yeah, so you don't get sued. I think he's probably pretty guilty of. I'm pretty sure now he's being arrested. Jax, do you see how that works? He was raided for this, and then they raided him again, and now he's under arrest. I thought the first one was a swatting. Like, this whole thing's confusing. Yeah, I mean, you should always say alleged because you don't know if he actually did it, right? Because you don't want to get sued. But like when you're arrested and charged, that's probably pretty serious. That's the state of Romania saying, now we know we can charge you. Country. So I say state for Europe too, but like that's a nation state saying, no, we're criminally putting this guy under the. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully he's not guilty because again, the alternative is, I always say this, right? I always hope people aren't guilty of the crimes they commit or being accused of, because the alternative is awful. That means he did human traffic 6 women, potentially more. Like, it's like, oh man, this guy sucks. And now there's a bunch of victims and it's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want the other to be true. I hope he's innocent. You know what I mean? I hope it's a weird misunderstanding. They're lying about him. I hope he gets to say, I was done dirty. And it's like, all right, thank God. And I don't even like the guy. They found the dude that, if you haven't heard about Moscow, Iowa, there was these 4 women, or these 2 women, 2 guys, I believe, right? It was 2 and 2, or maybe 3 women, 1 guy, were found slain. Like, it was like a brutal murder, like a fucking violent murdering of these people. And they basically caught, it was like some PhD student who was like a PhD student, like, no, it's Idaho. Yeah, it's Idaho. I might have misspoke. It was just money laundering. Let me go look on Twitter. Then again, Twitter's probably not the best source for it. According to a guy from Romania, while investigation into the into allegations of human trafficking and rape. That's why he's being held for another 30 days. AK Praise, which is AK Praise Media, which is news entertainment. Let me see where this is out of. Okay, I don't know if this is foreign. I'm like looking for forward. I'm gonna close this. I'll bring it back up in a second. I'll trust Reuters. I trust Reuters. They're pretty neutral. A Romanian court has agreed on Friday to extend the detention of Andrew Tate by 30 days after the divisive internet personality was arrested on suspicious this is what he was arrested on. And forming an organized crime group. I don't know if he did KHY, the Idaho killer. I know he was a criminal justice doctorate student, so it's like, oh, he's a fucking weirdo. Looked like he was trying to get it. Those descriptions were from my roommate from last quarter. That's why I didn't have to live there. Oh, ooh, that's creepy. Glad. Dude was talked down to people all the time. Very socially distant. Froze everything and never cleaned. The dude. Yeah, I heard he was a kind of a freaky weirdo. That Idaho guy. Whenever I hear about like a criminal justice student becoming a murderer, I'm like, yeah, he was like 3 months from being able to pull off the perfect crime, but he fucking snapped early. But it kind of just sounds like it sounds like they might have fucking formed a gang. They say they've been under investigation since April. The 4 suspects appear to have created an organized crime group with the purpose of recruiting, housing, and exploiting women by forcing them to create pornographic content meant to be seen on specialized websites for a cost. By the way, Tate has admitted to half of that he used to have women, him and his brother would have women live in a house and create pornographic content. Or whatever the hell they did on them scam sites. Half of that's true, by the way. That claim right there is true. He admits to this. Now, the question is, were the women there against their own accord? Yeah, it was webcam girls, OnlyFans girls. Yeah, by force. He was forcing them to be set straight. Or he would rape them and force them to do terrible things. Who knows? Maybe, allegedly. That's what's being alleged. Not me. I wouldn't say that. I ain't getting sued. But, allegedly, yeah, this is what he's being accused of. Like, that whole thing he bragged about, being able to make women make him money as like a pimp or whatever. Nah, he was probably just forcing them. Who knows, though? Again, that's what we'll find out, Jags. I think that's going to be the thing that, we'll find out, right? Who cares? Fucking don't. Why is summary? Like, that's retarded. That doesn't mean anything in this. Yeah, no, I get what you mean, KHY. Yeah, I get you. I was just being silly. Yeah, no, it's one of them things where, again, I hope the guy's innocent because I genuinely don't want the reverse to be true. But it's also like, boy, am I not surprised. Like, it's like, dog, you can't be a rapist. You're like the most obvious rapist, sexual deviant, human trafficker, woman abuser ever. And if you actually turn out to be that guy, like, Jesus fucking Christ. That might kill the entire red pill movement, by the way. If he's actually guilty of this shit, oh boy. All the women and all the people that are saying that all those red pill guys are a bunch of rapist, women abusing monsters. Fucking the biggest one is. That's bad. That's bad for their whole movement. And I actually kind of feel bad for some of the guys because like some of the guys find like actual meaning, like actual like life purpose, and they're not even like bad dudes. They don't even do anything bad to women. They find confidence. They find like their fucking voice. They find like a way to move in the world with like actual like purpose. And it's like, damn, I really hope this fucking guy doesn't like. Because I see the good. There is slightly good from someone like Andrew Tate. Because again, a lot of very loser like guys gained a lot of confidence. And not even misogyny. They were just self-confident, which is good. Anyway, you could pick some guys up, pick people up, so they're not fucking, Epsteining themselves. Yeah, again, I don't necessarily agree with the content, but I do agree with raising people's self-esteem in any way possible. Nope, and I'm fully into that. I fully think that's a great thing, but I don't think you should tear other people down to do it. Yep. Yep. 100%. That's, yep. Which sucks. I really wish there was a better system. You could always become a nihilist like me and become a positive nihilist. The world may have no meaning, but that means you can make it have all the meaning you want. I agree, KHY. I agree. But I also don't think you should go around screaming about people in the Matrix and trying to make people feel bad if they want to live a life where they just kind of go with the flow. Like, why is it hurting you if somebody wants to support Ukraine or the gays? Like, what? How does that hurt you? What does that do for you? Like, how does that? You know what I mean? Going your own way doesn't mean you have to like shit on other movements just because you're not a part of them or you're like, I think it's the best. Yeah, if they're happy being an NPC, let them be an NPC. You know, they view you guys as NPCs. That's the funniest thing. Everybody else views everybody else in every group as an NPC that only does their groupthink. That's the best way to look at it. Just let people be happy. If that fucking makes them happy, why does that bother you? Like, I've never understood that. It's like, I don't get God, but I don't go around like shitting on people at church. I don't stand outside of a church and go, look at these dummies. You know he's not real, right? Where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? Where's your evidence Jesus existed? That's so silly, you know what I mean? Unless I'm like debating something about that with somebody, it's like, why would I go around doing that? That's so rude. It was a good meme, and then it got ruined. The NPC meme. Just like everything else. Fucking very specific groups got a hold of that meme and fucking ruined it. Killed all meaning behind it because they're not funny people. They're fucking boring losers. And yeah, he's him. Yeah, exactly. Goat got ruined. He's him. Like, there are people like that say Himothy, like with all seriousness. Like they're not even being ironic. They're like, Himothy. And it's like, fucking, ugh. I wanna call you a slur right now. That brought out 1960s mindset. Like if you like unironically say something like Himi Neutron, it's like I wanna put you back in chains. And a lot of things were mistakes. So like I feel this deep in my soul and just I hate you so much if you say things like that unironically. It's like fuck you. I'll join the others. I'm sorry, that's fucked up. Yeah, like Kittle says things ironically. Kittle's like a troll though, so like those guys I hope are. Yeah, dude, it's like fuck you, Garrett, fucking George or whatever the fuck your stupid name. Kittle looks like his name is Garrett, but it's like George, and it's fucking really confusing. If you don't know, it's like. Take one look at Kittle and tell me his name shouldn't be Garrett. Yeah, he's gonna go probably. My best guesses are like the Jets, New England, Tampa Bay, and Carolina. Those are my best guesses, and the Saints. A lot of NFC North, basically every NFC South team, the Jets and the Colts. Brody prefers Jake. Yeah, Colts are an option, but they also get Devante Adams. We can talk more about that probably a little bit tomorrow, but I'm gonna get out of here, guys. It's like 1:15. Getting late for me. I heard me laugh at my mom, so is Kittle like a smelly mountain hippie? Yeah, dude, you can tell he stinks. He either smells really good or he smells like fucking ass. Oh, KHY, dude, it's getting late. I'm tired. I've been live for 2.5 hours. I know, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm running out of steam to be actually. I'm just again, we're almost done with like the weird scheduling. I'm only probably down in the visiting family for a little while longer. Oh, KHY, it's just I'm sorry, KHY. You can watch like the stream back. It's a pretty decent stream. Yeah, I'll probably be home like the 7th or the 8th of January. So like the streams will be like back to like more of a everyday, more normal race. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll be live for usual, like the usual stuff with the preview streams. That should be pretty fun. We have a lot of fun games to go over. I'll have more real opinions on these wonderful set of games. Mainly I'm getting out because I don't want to be like talking too loud and anybody around be like, I can't sleep because of the, you know. I don't know. I think it was a fun stream. I appreciate you guys. Vlad. Have a good night, Ven, KHY, Vlad, everyone who's chilling out listening, Jags. Again, we'll be live Saturday, and then Sunday we'll be live for the Patriots game. Monday we'll be live for those. Then probably we'll figure it out the rest of the week. Well, it's a lot different than yelling and being loud enough to be heard on a mic. Jimmy Butler. The band Him. It's like that literally is the name of the band. It doesn't work. Tim Brown, like Jim Brown. Have a good night, everybody. God, I hate that so much. Oh, it's so awful. All right, everyone. Thank you guys again for a fun stream. I appreciate you. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the for tuning in. Thanks for a fun chat and all that. You guys are fun. That was gay. All right, have a good night, everybody. Peace out. Have a good night. Stay safe. Stay warm. And if I don't see you tomorrow, have a happy new year.